Transformation on home day. So we are starting with a small outdated powder room that got a glow up thanks to some fresh paint and Sharon Grech.
When you move into an older home, you don't always know what you're going to get. But the homeowners of this 50-year-old house were really lucky because a lot of the finishes had been updated, so it's in really good shape for the family. Except the main floor powder room, which is awesome to have, is pretty original. And as you can see, it's very blue. But you know what? I think this is a great opportunity for a budget transformation. There's lots of opportunities to use paint in this room to completely transform the space. I am so excited to show you this makeover. Ta-da! All the blue is gone, and guess what? We did not replace any tile. It's all paint. Now, painting tile does take some preparation for sure, but you can absolutely get this whole project done in a weekend. We painted the upper tile in advanced paint with steam, so it's nice off-white. I did the walls tad darker with intense white, but for the floor, yes, I painted the floor. I brought Kendall charcoal, which kind of mimicked the gray tile in the hallway, and then I used this fantastic stencil from Cutting Edge. So we created a really fun space in here. Now, the homeowner had a pedestal sink replaced with this awesome IKEA vanity. It adds storage, but because it's the same color as the lower tile, it really helps to keep the space as open and airy as possible. For fun and detail, we added this lovely black metal mirror. Absolutely love this, and brought the black over onto the shelf on the other side, and again some artwork, which of course finishes it off. Not a lot of money, not a lot of time. We transformed this outdated blue powder room to a complete masterpiece.
I'm so insanely jealous of that powder room. Give it up for Sharon Grech, everyone. Like, what a transformation. You got it in there. It doesn't need to be any more than that. You did a great job. Completely changed the feel of that main floor.
It really did. You know what? It really, really did. I think that bringing the color palette, which was quite neutral, from the main floor into the blue bathroom, getting rid of the blue, they just really couldn't handle it anymore. But it wasn't the time to invest in the full reno because they are planning to do that in 5 years. So this was just a perfect opportunity to let paint and some accessories kind of come to the rescue and do a budget transformation.
I wish you had a camera set up to see how you and the camera person got around that toilet. Like, what did you, were like a snake doing, like, I don't even know how you did that. So we're going to talk about the price of the project first, and then we'll go through the steps. How much?
Okay. The entire thing came out at just over $750, Trace.
That's good.
Now, so that is excellent. I mean, I don't know if you've looked at the cost of tile, but buying new tile right now, there's some really beautiful tiles, but you could easily spend $750 or more just on the material alone, let alone the install and the tearing apart, the demolishing. So really, like the paint alone was only $230. It was mostly liters because we used a lot of different products. You know, the vanity combo, amazing, and they can reuse that when they renovate down the road. Accessories, the Cutting Edge stencil. So not a lot of things went into it, but we really were able to keep it as sort of more a cost-efficient style update rather than a reno. So again, it'll get them through that 5 years while they're saving up to do a big reno.
When they get to year 5, they're probably gonna just be like, we like this.
Well, the homeowner loves the powder room so much. He's like, I wish I could do my Zoom calls in here, but it's too small.
People might ask questions about the flushes. Okay, paint transform that room. Let's talk about painting tiled surfaces. We've talked about it before, but we have to talk about it every time because every time you're in that project, you're like, what would Sharon Grech do?
Yes.
So what do we do about the tile?
And you know what, Trace? It's really the prep. Like, there's so much prep. I mean, obviously, painting tile is, it makes a big transformation. We just saw that. But at the end of the day, you have to really set your expectations. Painting ceramic tile, it's not going to be as durable as the ceramic tile is at the end once you painted it, okay? But there are things that we can do to make it last as long as we can. So this is an example of shiny, typical bathroom wall tile. You need to make sure that's super, super clean. If there's any mildew, use bleach, get rid of the mildew. I tend to, after that, use like a trisodium phosphate cleaner before you're painting. It gets rid of any grease. You can use a household grease cleaner, but lots of things, you know, can stick to it. You want to get it right down. And then you want to make sure it's super dry. The grout, remember, is a bit porous, so it can hold water. So make sure it's dry. And then it sounds crazy, but it's always a good idea to sand a super glossy surface, even if it's tile and it's not meant to be painted. You want to do that. So after that, clean, dry. Use a bonding primer, and this is a really important step, not just a regular drywall primer, because bonding primer is meant to adhere to challenging surfaces like tile. Okay. So you've done that, and then I like to use Advance paint for anything that's really durable. So I used Advance in a satin finish. You could also, if you like this high gloss, you could go to the gloss, but again, 2 coats of whatever color you want.
I was going to ask that next. So there are 2 coats there on the green. It looks beautiful.
Yes, 2 coats.
I love it. Okay, so prep is always a big thing.
Yes.
I want to talk a little bit about what you did next. So the beautiful stencils.
The beautiful stencil.
They look so good, and I want, like, how hard was that?
Isn't it fun? Well, you know what, Tracy? It was hard because I'm not as bendy as I used to be to get around the toilet. So just for fun, I brought the actual stencil. This is what happened. So you might want to buy 2 stencils.
Oh,
I was able to do the big parts first.
Yes.
But I had to cut little bits and pieces to get around. So lots and lots of fun. But at the end of the day, when you're painting floor tile, which to be perfectly honest, you don't want to go around painting ceramic floor tile.
Right.
This is a situation where it's not getting a lot of high traffic. You wouldn't want to do the hallway because it's just not going to, it's just not going to stand up. But I did use floor paint.
Okay.
Did the same steps we did here. I used floor paint. I used Kendall charcoal in the house on top of the primer and everything. But for the stencil, and this is kind of fun because the thing is when you paint ceramic tile, you actually lose the grout, right?
Yes.
Like you're painting all this, unless you want to painstakingly take a little brush and go around.
I'm okay to lose the grout.
Right, exactly. So I forgot to pour this out in advance. Let's hope I don't get it all over us.
You know what? You never do. You're such a pro. So you're going to give us a little stencil lesson now.
Yes. So I've got this beautiful stencil from Cutting Edge. This one's called Santa Ana, and I really love the pattern on there.
Yeah.
I used a little bit of spray adhesive on the back so that it just sort of sticks a little bit. And then I like to use a foam roller because you don't want to put a lot of paint on. I kind of wanted it to look aged.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I've stuck that on, and again, it's sort of like the perfect size. And this helps to give you a bit of the grout line back when you do the stencil, so it feels a bit more tile-ish again, okay, as opposed to just a painted floor. Obviously, these stencils on a painted subfloor, plywood, like sometimes people remove the tile, but they're not ready still to put new tile on, so you can also easily paint over that, over the wood, or concrete, like if you have a concrete basement floor. Yeah. So again, you can see, Trace, I didn't put a lot of paint on there. Yeah. But
just enough to give it that beautiful aged look. So I'm just going to see. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. Okay, there you go.
Isn't that pretty?
Isn't that pretty? And that is so, like, that was done so quickly. Obviously, you have to plan it out.
You do. And you want to make sure you get the right size. And then over top of that, because I didn't get another liter of floor paint, I just used the wall paint that I had.
Good.
I put 2 coats of Stays Clear, a clear coat that's meant for floors, so it's durable on top of it. So we're going to get the longest durability that we can. But again, this was sort of for 5 years to get them through that stage before they do the full reno.
I love it, and I think that there's so many of us in that same situation where we want it to just look a little cute until we get to the point where we can have some money and do the proper reno.
Paint can do it.
It's a temporary solution. You would actually avoid painting tile in, like, floor tile in real life.
Yeah, in an area where it's going to get a lot of traffic, right? High traffic, or an area where you're going to get a lot of water. So even the wall tile, I wouldn't bring this right into the shower. I would do it up to the shower curtain where it's not getting a lot of exposure to water.
Totally. And I mean, this is a woman that paints everything. So if she says that there's something that you should, like, do with caution, do it with caution.
Do it with caution.
Sharon, we love you, and we love that you always bring goodies with you. So she wants to help all of you with your paint projects. Everyone is getting a $100 Benjamin Moore gift card. Go get some paint, y'all. Okay, from paint transformations to